වැඩපිළිවෙලක් සූදානම් කරලා තියෙනවා.
කිලෝමීටර් 10ක් පමණ දිගට කොළඹ පැත්තට ගලාගෙන යමින් තියෙනවා.
ඊගොම පැත්තට ආවා කියලා ඒක බොරු.
Those were some of the views expressed by officials on the oil spill that occurred with the sinking of a ship off the coast of Panadura yesterday.
A very good evening and welcome to Prime Time News. I'm Arundhati Mudannayaka.
And I'm Shane Silva.
First, a look at the stories making headlines tonight.
President's meeting with the people to take place in Nivitigala later this evening. Disaster Management Centre says oil from the ship that sank off the coast of Panadura heading towards Colombo and Negombo. The TNA says that it will show that the people in the East are with them by winning the provincial election. And Basil Rajapaksa says that the people can deliver their verdict on the government's development program on September 8th.
සංවර්ධනය සඳහා වියදම් කරන එක හරිද වැරදිද කියලා තීන්දුව කරන්න සැප්තැම්බර් මාසේ 8 වෙනිදාට තමුන්නාන්සලට අවස්ථාව දීලා තියෙනවා.
And now for the stories in detail. 10 people have been shot and 2 people have died in a shooting opposite the landmark Empire State Building in New York City. A New York police source informed Reuters news agency that the shooter was one of those killed in the incident. The victims were shot shortly after 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the sidewalk of 5th Avenue outside the building in Midtown Manhattan. The United States has had 2 other mass shootings this summer. On the 20th of July, 24-year-old James Holmes allegedly opened fire at a midnight screening of a Batman movie in Aurora, Colorado, killing 12 people and wounding 58. On the 5th of August, a gunman killed 6 people and critically wounded 3 at a Sikh temple outside Milwaukee before police shot him dead. The latest attack was being treated by police as an act of domestic terrorism. The Empire State Building was the tallest in the world for 40 years after its completion in 1931 until the construction of the ill-fated World Trade Center towers, also in New York.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa has instructed the Inspector General of Police not to conduct investigations regarding insults directed at him. A release issued under the signature of presidential spokesperson and international media advisor Bantula Jayasekara stated that these instructions have been given by the President regarding a news item which is said to have been published in newspapers.
The release states that a news item had been published in some newspapers stating the Criminal Investigations Department is taking measures to file legal action against several provincial politicians, including parliamentarians, for allegedly insulting the President. The President, who had taken note of this, has requested the IGP not to take any such action. The President has stated that as a mature politician, he will treat those who insult him with compassion. The President has instructed the IGP to instead investigate those who insult the people, government employees and businessmen and create an environment for them to carry on their work.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa participated in religious observances at the Bellangwila Rajamahavihara this morning.
President Rajapaksa called on Venerable Dr. Bellanwila Dharmaratna Thera, the chief incumbent at the Bellanwila Rajamahavihara and the chief Sanghanayaka of Singapore, and later visited Venerable Professor Bellanwila Vimalaratna Thera to obtain his blessings. The President also engaged in a cordial discussion with the devotees at the temple.
The President's meeting with the people will be telecast live tonight. All preparations have been made for this meeting at the Nivitigala Youth Centre.
The public meeting is being held in order to provide an opportunity for the people to present their problems to the President. This opportunity is being provided to the people of Nivitigala by MTV Sports sister channel Sirasa TV. All preparations have been made to connect the people of Nivitigala with President Mahinda Rajapaksa via satellite technology. Sirasa TV's high-tech outside broadcasting vehicle has also been deployed for this purpose. The President's meeting with the public will be telecast on Sirasa TV after the 10 p.m. news.
The Disaster Management Center says that an oil slick caused by oil seeping out of the ship that sank off the coast of Panadura is now drifting towards the coasts of Colombo and Negombo. Deputy Director of the DMC, Pradeep Kodipilli, said that reports have been received of an oil slick about 4 kilometers offshore.
Oil from the vessel which sank off the coast of Panadura spread to the sea of Moravalle in Negombo today. Our reporter said that an oil slick about a quarter of an inch thick could be seen. Deputy Director of the Disaster Management Center, Pradeep Kodipilli, said that the oil slick had spread across a 200-meter area.
We are continuously monitoring with the help of MIPA, and in the sea level situation is continuously monitored by the technical agencies and the Navy. The ground support, if the oil continuously deposits on the beach, the Disaster Management Center already organized a continuous program to cope with that situation.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the National Aquatic Resources Research and Development Agency, or NARA, Dr. A.S. Samarasundaras, said that oil that had leaked from the ship could be seen on the surface of the sea. He added that continued leakage from the ship could cause serious environmental damage, adding that in such an eventuality, legal redress would be sought. The Ministry of Environment says that an oil slick about 100 meters in width, about 5 nautical miles offshore, is drifting towards Colombo from the stricken ship.
Now allow me to make this picture a little clearer for you with a little help from Google Earth. Now this is Panadura, the sunken ship rather, is listing a few nautical miles off the coast of Panadura. Now we've had reports of debris from that sunken ship washing up along the coast. We've got reports from Bambalapitiya and areas in Colombo about debris washing up on the beaches of Colombo. Now this area, of course, that oil slick, which is covering about a 200-meter area, could affect that entire coastal region. So it could have some very serious implications if it were left unchecked.
The ship had anchored about 10 to 12 nautical miles off the coast of Panadura in 2007. The Ministry of Environment stated yesterday that an oil slick about 100 meters in width had been caused by oil leaking from the ship and was about 5 nautical miles from the shore. Meanwhile, the chairman of NARA, Dr. A.S. Samarasundaras, said that the ship, which was completely submerged yesterday, has now reached the seabed. However, our cameras captured footage of the stricken ship both yesterday and today, and there appears to be no change in the situation. Meanwhile, a piece of wreckage believed to be from the stricken ship washed up in Bambalapitiya today.
Fortunately, this direction has turned toward the seaside, in the deep sea side. Therefore, there is no danger to the marine environment according to the present situation. But we are continuously monitoring the situation. Right now, our officers are ready. MIPA, Marine Pollution Prevention Authority, Disaster Management Center, the Navy. If there are any oil come to their villages or nearby areas, please inform either Coast Conservation Department or to Marine Pollution Prevention Authority or to the Disaster Management Center.
It was reported to me that the oil slick is moving away from shore. Therefore, there is no problem at present. But if there is still oil left in the ship, then it could seep out from time to time. We have initiated a program where we would be able to deal with such a situation. It is not true that this oil slick spread towards Negombo. Nothing of this sort has occurred. We believe that what was witnessed in Negombo is the oil from fishing vessels.
This cargo ship, flying the Cyprus flag, which had been anchored off the coast of Panadura since 2007, was used to transport iron. It is 155 meters in length and 127 meters wide. When the ship began listing, it had on board 350 tons of oil and 15,612 tons of goods. When there was a threat of the ship sinking, 270 tons of crude oil were removed from the ship following the intervention of the Director of Merchant Shipping. According to the Ministry of Environment, the ship still holds about 20 tons of crude oil in its tanks.
The The recent challenge extended by Minister Maithripala Sirisena to opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe remains open. Minister Sirisena has taken up the stance that although Tisathanayaka has come forward to debate with him on Wickremesinghe's behalf, he will only debate with the opposition leader himself.
Minister Maithripala Sirisena recently revealed that Ranil Wickremesinghe had been a mole feeding information to the People's Alliance candidate during the 1994 presidential election campaign. Responding to this statement, the UNP challenged the minister to prove his claim. Minister Sirisena responded with a challenge to an open debate with opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe, stating that he was prepared to reveal all the evidence he had to back up his claim at such a debate. The son of the UNP presidential candidate in 1994, the late Gamini Dissanayake, Minister Navin Dissanayake too, lent his weight to this challenge on the political stage. Meanwhile, UNP General Secretary Tisathanayake preferred this response to the serious allegation levelled by the governing party. I asked Mangala Samaraweera what Sirisena's responsibilities were in the 94 election campaign. The campaign was steered by a group led by Ministers Mangala Samaraweera and SP Dissanayake. Anuruddha Ratwatta was the national organizer. Sirisena did not even have the opportunity to enter a room for a discussion on the presidential elections in 1994. He was like a peon. According to Tisathanayake, Minister SP Dissanayake had been at the forefront in steering the 1994 presidential election campaign of the alliance. Minister SP Dissanayake made a statement in Parliament during the term of President Chandrika Kumaratunga, which lends weight to the allegations levelled by Minister Maithripala Sirisena against Ranil Wickremesinghe. Minister Dissanayake made this statement in Parliament on the 4th of August 1998 when a no-confidence motion was tabled against the then Minister of Post, Telecommunications and Mass Media, Mangala Samaraweera. The no-confidence motion was brought by then opposition members of Parliament Rajitha Senaratne, Kabir Hashim, Mervyn Silva, Tyrone Fernando, Joseph Michael Pereira and WJM Lokubandara. Minister SP Dissanayake made this statement in Parliament contesting the no-confidence motion against Mangala Samaraweera. We know the pain you went through when you visited each of the electorates during the presidential election. Former Minister Honorable Renuka Herath is aware of this. During that presidential election, your leader supported us completely. So bring a no-confidence motion against Ranil Wickremesinghe for supporting our candidate from within the UNP. We have confidence in Honorable Minister Mangala Samaraweera. I will stop here. Where does the truth lie? Will the challenge be accepted?
Staying in local news, a public rally was held in the Ampara area yesterday in support of candidates contesting the upcoming Eastern Provincial Council election.
A number of TNA parliamentarians took part in the public rally, which was held at the Natpitimune Public Grounds in Kalmune.
They held 18 rounds of discussions with the Tamil National Alliance over the past year. What happened in the end? There was no result. The President is now telling us to go before a Parliamentary Select Committee. Who is in this committee? People such as Karuna Amman, Douglas Devananda, Vimal Veeravansa and Champika Ranavaka, who do not want police powers and land powers. These people do not even call for the reenactment of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. The President is now asking us to talk with these people. We were not able to come to a conclusion after holding talks with the government. I don't think that we will be able to reach a conclusion after talking with these people. By winning this election, we will send a clear message to the international community. This is a turning point. The people of the East, the Tamil people as well as the Muslims are with us. It is our responsibility to make sure that we make use of this opportunity to create a sustainable political solution with the aid of the international community.